Oh, brother. It's gonna be stuck. Brother. I can't seem to get it to budge. Let's try this. Ugh. Let's see. I need leverage. There we go, we got leverage. There. Whew. Oh gosh. Slow moving today. A little bit. I'm feeling weak today. Not a lot of strength. I'm gonna need. Yep, I need a different tool. I'm gonna need a different tool. I got a different tool. I wonder how much. It'll give me an estimate. Okay. Water. I better drink. Just trying to see what I need to do. checking out the structure. Go here. Let's see what it is going to go like this. Hello, everybody. Coughing in the bug spray. Pardon me. Hi, Bushman. Did you get my message about the name Rick? Does the name Rick mean anything to you, Bushman? Okay, something about you and somebody named Rick. I not know of this name. I'm not Muslim, I'm pagan. But everybody's welcome here. The name, I need something about the name Rick. Oh dear. I'm low on energy today. Oh, you thought I was somebody else? Okay. There's something moving in the bush back there. There's something moving in the bush. Oh, so you don't know, okay? Okay, because I just got a message last night before I went to sleep regarding you and the name Rick. Okay, so he just got a wish, a best wishes. Okay. It's not Bigfoot, no. No, because something you had said earlier in the day, I was thinking about it just before I fell asleep, and then the name Rick came to me. And so I was wondering if that was your name or if you, in the next while you're doing things, let me know if the name Rick comes up, because it was very interesting that somehow that name came up. Oh, okay. Your name means shy. Hmm. Well, I won't ask you your name, but I thought I would ask you about the name Rick. I'm from Prince George, British Columbia, Canada. I'm just a little bit tired today. Maybe if I got in the water, I'd start to feel more energy. Hi, Dr. Rice Pepper. Dr. Pepper. Wise, shy, wise. Yes, I could tell you're wise. I want to show you what I'm thinking right now. Just a minute. Okay. I'm going to show you what I'm thinking about. Here, just let me flip the camera. Motorcycle. Okay, I'll just show you this. So I have to trim the top, this one here, and that one there is too long. But I had, oh boy, somebody needs some help. That's no good. You always hate it when you hear the ambulance. So you see, they're too long. That grayish one here, and then the brown one I need to cut a little shorter. So that's what's on my mind. Yes, I think if I take my shoes off and get in the water, I think I might feel better. I'm really low on energy right now. Okay. I'm wondering, I think, well, maybe if I took my shoes off. Okay, I'm barefoot now. I'm gonna open the tarp. And I'm just thinking it's not gonna matter if I cut them shorter because this is the, I don't think you could see it very good. I'll show you better. Hang on a minute. That's for the tarp. Thank you, James. Okay. You know, I think I'm going to switch the camera around. Hang on a minute. I wonder why it's doing that. Okay, let's set this right here. Okay, I'll be right back. I gotta switch the camera around. I'll be right back. Yeah. Yeah. There it is. Okay, we're going to see if I could give you a better view of building the shelter. Today's extreme low energy day, but I just keep putting one foot in front of the other. Okay. Prioritize. Okay. Okay, let's see. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, you could see it over there. There it is. Let me try. Okay, where is that? Did you see what I'm doing? I have a very uncommon name. Yeah, your name is uncommon. Could, I don't know if you could see. Hang on a minute. don't know if that's a very good view. How could I get you a better view? I'm going to give you a tour. Okay. I need... Now so this is the start here. Can you see that? You're in the way. Okay. Now, here's what I wanted it to just swing right over top, but you see these parts are too long. Okay, I'm going to keep working on that. I wish I could get a better angle for the camera, because you can't really see me way over there and what I'm doing, and then people can give me some tips as I'm going. Like Bushman said to me yesterday, there's certain things where I've got skills in a certain area that maybe are a little advanced, and then there's skills that I don't have that he has, and I thought that was very well said. And that's one of the beautiful things of YouTube. So my guess is that when you made that observation, when you made that observation yesterday on your message to me, I was like, I think this might be what Bushman is talking about. So this isn't going to be maybe as there's a lack of skill a little bit involved in building this, but it's just for sitting out of the rain is all. It's not, you're not allowed to sleep or camp here. It's against the rules. So this is just... Okay, I'm just trying to figure out... Oh, I just figured out how I can get a better view for you guys. But first of all, you have to be patient. I got to set it up. I'm going to put you back here for a minute. I think I could get more tips from people if they could see what I'm doing. They might go, well, try this instead, or what do you think of this idea? Okay, just a minute. All right. All right. The stick here, I put against the bench, and I'm going to put the tripod on this part up here, and now I might get better feedback from some handy people. This is Prince George. Okay, I'm gonna have to sit you right here for a minute. Uh, just a minute. Okay, here's a better view. Somebody else say, that's better. No. Now, is the picture clear or not clear? Is the picture okay? Okay, the picture's nice. Thanks. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Rizia. Thank you, Bushman, for everything. Okay, now I'm going to get back to work. And now you could see how I'm constructing the rain shelter. I'm going to put the battery pack here so that the batteries. Uh-oh. Is it pixelated? It's good now. Okay, now how is it, Mike? Okay, thumbs up. Yeah, the crow was talking. Could you hear that? You heard that, Mike? Yes, yes, indeed. All right. drink. How are the pixels now? Oh, thank you, Mike. You spend most weekends in Highlands, so it's good? The pixels are good? Well, I'll put on my life jacket when I go in the water. Not quite yet. I'll see if I get a chance for a swim. I don't think I'll drown on the shore. Get some rocks. This spring, I carried this big boulder from upstream because I liked the way it looked. So I'm going to use that to hold some stuff down. It just has nodules on it, so it's kind of interesting. This one's not my favorite rock, but it's got the weight to it to hold things down if it gets windy. Pixels are good? Thank you, Mike. And the pixels are good or bad? No, I don't wear contacts. I wear glasses. Okay. It's good, thank you. I just think that's not working. Okay. A few weeks ago when I was walking home, I guess a truck had lost this bungee cord. I'm going to try something. It's not going to work because these ends are too close here and it doesn't let anything through. I did try to make it wider, but I didn't have the right tools. In the center, I hung a chain down the middle to hang the moon rock for protection. So anybody who enters the space may use it and enjoy it, so long as you're not doing drugs. But if you're fishing or walking along the river and it rains, you could use not my table, use the table that I built in this public space. And so somebody might walk along and think, oh, this is a nice place to fish. And the moon will be centralized in the middle. So on a subconscious level, everything is being protected under the light of the moon. Well, we'll find out. We'll find out. Okay. There's people that are homeless that do drugs that build shelters. And the city doesn't do anything about that. So we'll see what they do or don't do. Well, it's the same thing when I built a fire where I shouldn't have. The city told me not to do it. So we'll build this, I'll leave it. Maybe some people will walk by and enjoy it. But I guess if they take me down, they have to take all the homeless people that are doing drugs out too. I guess time will unfold and show us what's going on, what's going to happen. The shelter isn't for staying overnight, it's for just sitting in the rain. And I'll tell you right now, there seems to be respect for space. Because with the people that are homeless and living under the bridge, nobody bugs them. And they don't ever bug me. Thank you, Mike. Whatever shall be, que sera, sera, whatever may be, may be. The future's not ours to see. We will find out. If nobody bugs this little rain shelter for the summer, I will take it. Of course, I take it down at the end of the season. And if the tarp's still good, I'll save it. And if it's not any good anymore, then I would just throw it in the garbage. We'll see. Ah, mosquito bit me. I'll just share further. One of the things I always tell myself when I'm doing something, whatever happens or whatever unfolds, you're going to learn something from it. Just like when I started that fire, a big bonfire in the pouring rain, I learned that some of my tools that I had created with beeswax and wood shavings and tree pitch all worked really well for starting a fire in pouring rain, everything soaked. And I learned from the fire department, you cannot have a fire in this area. It has to be a designated area, and if it is a designated area, the wood has to be 2 by 2 by 2, clean and dry, and in a designated area. And of course, if there's a fire ban on even in a designated area, you would not be able to have a fire for obvious reasons that most people are going to understand. So my thoughts are, I'm sharing space with homeless people who have little shelters built. So the city was okay with that, so maybe they'll be okay. And I'm actually not staying overnight. I go home every day. I don't sleep here. And the people that are down here, living under the bridge, they don't ever come over here. They tried once. And I went public on it, and there's somebody watching my back, I can tell, because the next day they just left me alone. And they weren't trying to hurt me. They just wanted to come over here. And I was like, oh, well, I don't want anything to do with anybody doing drugs, because that's a dangerous game to play at. So I've got a little rain shelter here. It's on the side of the river. This is a public area. People fish along here all the time. And I'm going to tell you something. Oh, there's so many boats going by right now. What was I going to tell you? Now I can't remember what I was going to tell you. Well, there's a lot of people that fish. Oh, I know what I was going to say. When I first came here, somebody found it and they were like, is this ever cool? And so I just started going somewhere else while they were enjoying it. But I think because they were doing drugs, like somebody is protecting me. I know they are. Because I could tell that they had to move on. So it's really sad. If you go that way, there's lots of garbage that needs to be cleaned up. Because people are addicted to drugs and so I just hope they let me have my little shelter, and the time will let us know. And then, like, say I show up and the city goes, take this down. They put a sign up. Well, then you take it down and you don't do it again. But right now, because they let homeless people live here, sleep here, I'm not building fires. I'm not planting anything that isn't, everything that's here is already here. What else? And I just want a little place. If it's raining, I could sit out of the rain and watch the rain come down and sort of record the rain and stuff. But yeah, so to answer those questions, or question, whatever may be, que sera, sera. So just build. I'm very used to people pulling out the carpet out from underneath me, so I can tell someone's protecting me here. I can tell somebody in power, more than one person. I think there's people that protect me. But with that said, if they say, okay, we're concerned about what she's doing, then they'll come in and they'll do something about it, and I'll honor that. because they're not pulling the carpet out from underneath me while I'm enjoying the side of the river. They've been really good, and I'm really grateful for that. So let's say they did say you got to take that down, but I can still come here and do what I do and swim. Then that's, your brain just moves in and out, right? I have more of a problem when I put my finances and my energy into things, and then someone comes in just and viciously attacks me and waits till all the work's done, waits till all the money's spent, and then they attack me. I have no respect for that. But what I do have respect for is if the city goes, no, you can't do that. I'll sort of scratch my head, okay, well, why are people living under the bridge? Doing drugs. There's just tons of trash around. So I'll scratch my head, but I'll still do what I'm told. They know how I am. Oh, is the camera good? It's good. Okay. And I'm already prepared for that. So even like, okay, I got the tarp, some of my ties. So if I come back, it's all gone. I've already prepared myself that I just trying this little experiment, seeing what it'd be like to sit out of the rain. But I've already had that in my mind. I would just cut the cost. This one I'm porta potty. Okay, something else just come to mind. So when a question comes, sometimes God works in mysterious ways. So say the city comes and says you need to take that down, then that might motivate them to move the drugs out of here and people sleeping overnight out of here. So you could say, oh darn, I built that rain shelter and now the city says you can't do it. But if they take me down, then they have to address the overnight people that live under the bridge. So see, God works in mysterious ways. A lot of times when I'm doing things, God speaks to me and just says, I know it doesn't make sense right now, but keep going. Because there's something either to be learned or what you're doing is going to help something else. So then, do you ever hear that story, good luck, bad luck, who knows? So say the city comes along and they go, you can't do that. Everything else you're doing here is good, but you got to take that down. But now they can't be hypocrites or just, they can't, hypocrite? I guess hypocrite is a word, but more so you can't just say you can't do that, but they can. I mean, because there's children and families, there's a park and everything up here, and people go by here in their boats all the time, so people know there's people that live under the bridge. And even when I started that fire up the creek, McMillan Creek, my thinking was, okay, it's raining, there's no way I could start a fire, plus also, everywhere I look along the river, I can see fires. And all along the creek, I could see fires. So in my mind, I thought, oh, I guess we're allowed to have fires. But everybody that would have done them would have been doing them illegally. Because you're not allowed. So I'm hoping I get to sit underneath this little shelter in the rain. I think I'm gonna learn something. And if they take it down, it's a small financial loss. $30, $40. So I have that in my mind. And then, you could be looking back the next year and going, geez, I was really disappointed that the city said, no, you can't do that. But because that happened to me, then they also had to do it to the people down there, and it cleaned up the river and it made it safer for the public. So right now all I want to do is just sit out of the rain, watch the rain hit the water, splash back up, hear that sound. Put a little stump up there. And if they do come and take it down, well then I would just, or say you need to take it down, you can't do that, then I would clean it up, take it out, follow the rules. And then maybe just to make a comment on my YouTube channel, just that maybe we'll follow that same kind of thinking all the way down the river. And clean up the garbage, people living under the bridge. So looking back a year from now, it could have been a thing that cleaned up the drugs in the area. Or not. I don't know. I can't read the future. I can read energy and I can figure things that are going on, but we never ever really get to see the full picture. And so sometimes you just have to wait. And I just always ask myself when I'm making decisions, is my heart in the right place? That question really got me thinking. Because, you know, I want to share something with the people that are homeless. There are shelters, but one of the common things that because I get along with these people, like we get along. We leave each other alone. Hello, how you doing? And the reason I never report it is because I've had my own experience with stepkids, and like Dr. Phil says, I don't ask myself why they got on drugs. I ask myself why not. Because of just the way that things have gone in the last 25 years with the sex trade, the drugs. And kids are set up for, they're what is it? They're groomed. They're groomed. And I've witnessed this. And I've witnessed even own families turning against their own nieces and nephews, and all based on inheritance and who controls the money and who controls the land. So when I know these people and I get along with them, I'm more afraid of people in power sometimes, or more often than I am of the street people. The street people don't abuse me. They're scared. They show me respect. I don't report the people living under the bridge because I look at them and I think of my stepdaughter and my stepson and how they ended up on the streets. And I saw how it all happened, and I look at them and I said, I know how you got here. I know how you got here. And I'm so sorry. And now, yes, it is up to you, but not, yes, it is up to you to get off of the drugs, but sometimes the way the system helps or doesn't help. So anyway, someone said, are you allowed to leave up that, are you allowed to leave that structure up? Well, follow my live, and I will respect whatever the city does or doesn't do. There's nothing much more I'm going to build here. It's just that little shelter. And then I just come here and I do my swimming. I got the little shelter, and yeah, like I'm not just going to keep building and building, and it's just this little section. And I didn't even do this. I didn't even plan this. I didn't even plan it. It's just I needed the exercise to get my strength back. I picked one spot. And then just all this wood and different things comes down. Oh, I could use that. I could use that. And all of a sudden, I'm thinking I'll build a little shelter just from the rain. And I didn't, like 6 months ago, think, oh, I'm going to do this. I just picked this one spot because I travel all over this area, up on the cut banks, all along the river, up McMillan Creek. I'm on the other side last year quite a bit. But this year, because my strength is down, my baseline dropped so much and I'm building it back up, I picked one spot and I told myself, just get to the river and do your workout. Just get to the river and do your workout. And then I started thinking, boy, would I ever love to have a table? Would I ever love to have a little table? And then a couple days later, this crate washes up, and earlier I'd found these stumps somebody had cut down a tree. And basically, I guess if the city was worried about the structure, I don't plan on doing anything beyond that. I just want to sit here. And it's just something kind of cool if somebody else wants to fish and they happen to come along. And if I see them here and they stumble along what I kind of created here and they're fishing, well, then I'll just go somewhere else. There's tons of places to go. I'll just go down. Like the one time that one guy came here, I just walked up the creek, up the river, and I went somewhere else. Yeah, you can really hear the bridge, the traffic, the train, all that stuff down here. Because we're right in the middle of town. And God said, just trust. Like you follow your intuition and you trust. That whatever you're doing, there's something either going to be learned or it's going to be the catapult for change or something. And you just don't always know why. And then a year later you look back and you go, oh, that's why. Okay. Oh my gosh. What I've learned my lesson on though, like, so this little shelter here, so I'll say I'll lose $40. What I learned is, like, when I created a garden for people, I had spent so much money, so much labor. It was a huge loss. I was getting people involved. Like, before I started the orchard, the housing coordinator said to me, she goes, we got this beautiful yard, but nobody goes in the yard. And I said, oh, I can get people in the yard. And so I started with this one other tenant. Between me and him, we equally put the same amount of money in and the same amount of physical effort, and we built an orchard. And then people would come out, and I had created a huge orchard. There was tons of space. People would come out and they say, oh, I want to do it. And so when I did, at that point, like, I was proving to the housing coordinator, see, I could get people in the yard. I just know how to get people in the yard. And then once they wanted to take over a patch, I would let it go and say, okay, yeah. Okay, so now we got people that want to work in the garden, and so I'm working it, but the moment somebody comes in and they have interest, then it would go, well, does anybody else want to do something? And so what was starting is people were coming, and there was people that wanted to take what this one tenant and I had built, and they were like, can we have that section over there and we'll work it? And I'm like, hell yeah. And even right now, I'm trimming raspberries. If somebody else wants to do it, just let me know and I'll step back. But you can just never have a conversation with people. I would say, okay, I'm going to go out, because the people in power, the tenants in power would get really upset because people follow me. It's like, I mean, the housing coordinator said, nobody goes out in the yard. And I'm like, hell, I'll get people out in the yard. And so then, they didn't like my influence. I was very influential. And so, towards the end, more people are coming out in the yard, and I'm giving everything up that I built it, and everybody's coming out and people are doing stuff. Even the person I was working with, one person was ripping things out by the roots, and he was getting mad, and I said, don't worry about it. The goal was to get people out in the yard. Nothing is perfect. If people are out in the yard, that's what the housing coordinator said. She said, nobody goes out in the yard. I said, I'll get everybody out in the yard. And to me, it was, even my social worker said to me, because I'd build all these raspberries, and the people in power, they would be like, oh, somebody's going to come out there and they're going to just take them all for themselves. And what I learned, it was actually the people in power that wanted it all for themselves. But I just said to them, to me, it's like Jesus and the fish and the couple loaves of bread and feeding 1,000 people. I said, let them come out and pick. And stop worrying about, oh, this person's getting more. Because did you know that I understood the concept? The more you pick, you're sending a message to the plant to keep producing. If you get all hung up on so-and-so got a full bucket full, well, good, because she's going to get tired eventually, and we need someone else to come then get them, and the plant will keep producing and producing and producing. But, and I'm like Jesus' way of his message with the fish and the loaves of bread. Let them pick. Stop being so worried. And so towards the end, when the attacks on me by the people in power, I was even going in saying, I'd go in and I'd go, okay, no, we paid for it all. We built it. And I'd say to them, okay, is it okay? Like, I would like to go prune the raspberry bushes. However, I said, if at any moment within this, you guys feel you don't want me to do it, somebody else wants to try, I said, just come and talk to me and let me know, and I will step back. And so then I would go in and I'd start, okay, all right, I am not stepping on any toes. Nobody's feelings are going to get hurt. I'm cutting. I'm trimming the raspberries because they need to be trimmed. And I talk to the people in power. Is it okay if I do this? If you don't want me to do it, just say so. But they could never have a conversation with you. They'd wait till I get out there. Okay, nobody wants this, but they know if they want to do it, just come and talk to me and I'll step back. No, they would just sabotage you. They'd come in and they'd bring their boyfriend with them and we're taking over here. And it's like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys? Jeez. So right now, the raspberries that me and the one person built, I mean, they were way up here. Now every year they're like way down there. And I'm just like, you bit off your nose to spite your face. Are you that insecure? Are you that dumb? So now I'm just like, yeah, you guys control everything. I had this dream the other night, and the housing coordinator was outside, and she said, in my dream, she said, you're really helping this place. And then after she said that, I looked over to the side, and there was this patch of garden that wasn't being attended to. Nobody, I mean, where I live, there's people with significant health challenges. So it was just an area that it was sort of weedy and not very prosperous. So in my mind, in my dream, I go, oh, I could really make that look nice. And then right away in my dream, I just started backing up and just like, no. Because if you walk in and you say, well, would it be all right if I did this? And if there's any moment you don't want me to do it, I'll just step back, just talk to me. And in my dream, I just started backing up and realizing, this is just not how they play. So you know what? Now, I try to be, I think I'm a very good person, but I sometimes get a little persnickety. I was walking by the garden the other day, about 2 weeks ago, and I saw somebody bent over in the garden. Weeding, and I was just like, yes, because it's going to be your butt bent over in the garden weeding, not mine. When I look out my window, I'm going to see your butt bent over weeding the garden, because I ain't going to be there. It takes a lot to break me, because I am so forgiving. I give so many chances, but now it's just like, I look out the window and I'm just like, yeah, it's your butt bent over now. Keep going. Yeah, the raspberries are still only this high, but you got the power. So all the power to you. I hope somebody goes out there and raises those raspberries back up, because that was a lot of money and that was a lot of time and a lot of physical labor. But it ain't going to be me. So anyways, I got about a $40 loss here. That's the worst, I think, case scenario here. I could be wrong. But that would be the worst case scenario, is if they shut this down. So I've learned my lesson. Don't, because in my mind when I was building this, I just thought we all have grandchildren and the grandchildren could pick and they could come over. And people were coming up to me and they were making jam. Like even my social worker said, like, I don't know, I think I would just pick 1 or 2 berries and then I'd stand back and I'd be all excited because everybody else is picking berries. And that's just how my brain works. Like it just float my boat to do all that work and then to sit back and watch everybody pick and everybody get out in the yard. It just made me happy. And then the people in power were just worried about, oh, when only so many people are going to get all the raspberries. You know what? Me and so-and-so just built all this, and we're not sitting here worried about who's going to get all the raspberries. We're just tickled pink that everybody's out in the yard picking raspberries, because that's what the goal was. It'd be cheaper for me to go buy raspberries. I did that. Me and this other person did that to give people something really... We already had other beautiful projects in there. I don't know why they were so darn insecure, but the outer yard, nothing was being done with it. No, me and another tenant, we really kicked some butt. And then other tenants were moving in, and the people in power, they did not like that. My brain is hardwired for solving social problems. And so when I go in and like so-and-so says, oh, we can't get so-and-so, we can't get anybody out in the yard. We got this beautiful yard. My brain just goes, what? We'll get people out in the yard. What I had to learn, though, is because of my influence, I'm a programmer. So I'm a programmer. I know how to program for people. I know how to do assessments. What I had to learn is I'm very influential, and people, because I've had challenges with autism and dyslexia and now permanent brain damages, tardive dyskinesia. When I see people struggling, I'm just like, yeah, I've had the same struggles in my life. Here, I'll show you how to get through. But what I had to learn is the people in power are used to the sheep, that they can just get them to do this. So there is oppression involved. And when I come in and I'm just like, here, I'll open that door, I'll open this door, I'll get the doors open. Because I struggle to get through those doors too. I've lived my life with those struggles because of autism and dyslexia. Now compounded further with other problems. And so my brain's just hardwired for finding a way to survive. And so I'm good. When there's a problem, I'll go in and I'll get you there. I'll open the door. But I had to learn, yeah, there's going to be the people in power, and they're very insecure. They think everybody has to march this way, and if you can't do it, you're just being difficult. No, not everybody can march to this beat to the same drum. There may be the norm, or a percentage of the population, and then it's like they set up a school and everybody has to go to school the same as everybody else. And if you can't, well, we'll put you on some ADD medicine. Yeah, I didn't do good in school because I had slow processing speed. I was smart, but it just moved along too quickly for me. Thank God they didn't put me on any ADD medication as a child. I don't have that. Some schizophrenia medication causes tardive dyskinesia. We use names like schizophrenia, bipolar. We use names like medical terms for actual conditions like schizophrenia and bipolar are serious disorders. And we use them as weapons to control people. So people are being misdiagnosed who don't have those diseases. Or if they do have the diseases and they're being diagnosed, the way we talk about them is quite scary sometimes. Well, I'm going to go and build, finish putting this thing together. And you know what I always say to my social worker, because I've actually proved the misdiagnosis, but I said to my social worker, with the organized bullying, like I said to my social worker, if somebody really does have schizophrenia or bipolar, and the professionals, the doulas, counselors, the psychiatrists, if they're just like, oh yeah, you've got schizophrenia. It's like, I said to my social worker, I mean, what if I really did have schizophrenia? Like, why would you be angry at me? That's a real disease. So I've proven the misdiagnosis. But I said to my social worker, I said, it was used as a weapon to control. So when they can't control you, we use terms like schizophrenia and bipolar because, and if you call someone schizophrenic, you can force them on certain medications and that just literally shuts them down. Some people really do have schizophrenia. I know someone personally that has schizophrenia. And they have said to me the medication absolutely changed their life. But this is what my channel is all about. So, like, I don't block people going, oh, hey, somebody said, do you have your schizophrenia medicine? What I do is I create a space because that really may be your opinion. When, like I have brain damage, white matter brain damage, and damage to my working memory from the chemo. So I'm not going to eliminate anybody because that's really maybe what you think. And so that kind of helps, right? And now, what if you were right? Okay, what if you were right? Well, would we say to someone that was mentally sick, oh yeah, we got medication for you? Or would you be like, wow, that person's brain is really struggling and there is medication for you. There is help for you. Be like having diabetes. It would be like having kidney disease, something in your body that's not working properly. And so it's why I don't have modulators on my account, because somebody will come in and say, oh, well, that wasn't very nice to say about her. Okay, but somebody is saying, you know, they got medication for schizophrenia. Okay, so when I'm talking, I'm struggling, someone's making that assumption, or they're just cracking a joke. Because my way of thinking is if I really have schizophrenia, then your comment would be one of concern. And you can feel gratitude, say, if you didn't have schizophrenia, and maybe some empathy. Boy, my brain works so much better. I'm glad it does. And here's a soul that struggles with schizophrenia. And so that's just sort of where my brain works. And that's why I'm a good mental health advocate. There's Bobo. Hi, Bobo. It's Crow. I bring him treats. And so I don't have modulators for that reason, because I respect you for saying that. Not respect. Respect is one word, but I create space for that. Because there might be 10 other people that are thinking the same thing you are, but they're not saying it, where you actually came forward and said, do you know there's medication for schizophrenia? So you put everything on the table and you look at everybody's perspective. And in my mind, I think, well, if I really did, then perhaps that was some compassion that you were feeling towards me, because that would be a real struggle, schizophrenia. I'm going to build some more, and I guess tune in and see if I'm allowed to have a rain shelter for the summer with a plastic tarp. I want to thank everybody before I get back to work for all of your opinions and sharing them. And if you are concerned of schizophrenia, well, then maybe say some prayers. Okay. And this all started because someone said, are you allowed to keep up that structure? And then I started to share my thoughts that I've been having all the way along. Sometimes I'm just more quiet about it. Okay. All right. Well, anyways, thank you, everybody. Everybody. Always say what you think on my YouTube channel. I don't have to like it. I don't have to agree with it. But this space is about authenticity and being able to speak authentically. So thank you, everybody. I'm very tired today. I didn't get much done around the house, but I did study for my colonoscopy. It's coming up in September. I did all my cooking yesterday, and now I'm just gonna do this here and then maybe relax. Anyways, thank you, everybody. want to share something else. Okay, I just had mentioned that people, this is a space where people can say what they really think. That's really important to me. And I want to send this message to the people, and I've shared the stories of the abuse that I've endured through organized bullying. And what my YouTube channel offers here, instead of us having our conversations behind closed doors, so say even for example, someone saying, oh, there's medication for schizophrenia. Those people, like psychiatrists, counselors, doulas, police officers, if you, instead of having a conversation with me behind closed doors, tell me what you think right here and let's talk about it. Because like I said in an email I sent to the housing coordinator yesterday, I do not, every meeting we have will be candid or in writing. There's no more behind closed doors meetings. So as I share of the abuse I've been through organized bullying, this is a space here, instead of sneaking around and gossiping and, oh, we can write whatever we want about her. Tell me what you think here and let me answer you here. Not behind closed doors, not in secret meetings. Tell me what you think right here, and I will respond. But I won't respond behind closed doors anymore, because that power has been abused and has caused me great harm. But we can talk about that right here. Okay. I'm so tired today. I'm really tired. And now I'm going to keep going over here. I'm tired. Maybe I'll say to the city, if I have schizophrenia, as someone commented here, would I not have as many rights as the person down here, addicted to drugs, homeless, living under the bridge? I think we'd have as much rights to the area equally. Well, we'll see what happens. I think this is a pretty goofy shelter for the rain, shelter from the rain. Okay. Okay, I'm going to show you guys something. I keep thinking what Bushman said to me yesterday. Hang on, I gotta look. Why is that so low, I wonder? He said, there'll be some things that you're really good at, and then there'll be some things that I'm really good at. Hi, Mike. It's a pretty silly range out there. I might help the city take it down. Okay, hang on. Hang on a minute. That's pretty silly. I'm not quite done yet. That's pretty silly. Okay, so now my thoughts are, as far as for what that is and what its purpose is. Now say it's raining out. This is my thoughts. Now, we got people living under the bridge, and they live under there for shelter from the rain. I don't live here, but I would really like to sit in my little shelter. My goofy little shelter that... Hang on a minute. Now we're inside my shelter. What does it look like? Well, I'm going to be hanging in... Is the screen okay? Or is the picture really bad? Oh my goodness. This is pretty... Okay. Well, I do have a few more things that I'm going to add to this just to make sure it's sturdy and the wind won't blow it away. Okay, let me do that. I thought I'd give you a little bit of a close-up. Today's a really hard day for me. Yesterday was cooking in the kitchen, and today was all about studying for the colonoscopy. And then just getting to the river. Okay. I gotta pull it together a little bit more. Well, I might just be a who from Whoville. Because I just built a rain shelter to sit in. And I'm going to tell you straight up, I think I might be a who from Whoville because that's what my little rain shack looks like. Okay. Now I'm going to show you where I want to sit if it rains outside. Just a minute. So there's the coffee table in the corner. Thank you for the thumbs up, but there's the coffee table and there's where I'll sit. No, it's raining outside. I got a table right here and I could sit in there. Thank you for the thumbs up. Like, see, now I'm sitting in here. Well, it's not like I'm sleeping here. I think I'd be worried about mice if I was sleeping. How's the picture look? Is it kind of pixely? So now I would just sit inside of here. I'm going to put an amulet up through this thing here. It's going to be an amulet. Thanks, Bushman. Well, I'm not living here. I'm just built a little hut to sit in the rain. Is the picture still good? Thanks, Bushman. Oh, good. Thank you. Toon Toad. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to put a little amulet here. I've got a moon I'm going to put in here tomorrow, and so it hangs here to protect that only good can enter this space. Only love, acceptance, authenticity can enter that space. Well, that's a pretty goofy looking house, but it might just keep me dry in the rain. We got snakes here, but they don't hurt you. Not very many snakes. It's rare. Maybe rats, but mice, definitely mice, and ticks. But I feel staying home inside is harder on my health than running from ticks outside. Oops, pardon me. I just gotta put a few more things together here. And then I'm... Okay, just a minute. I'm always amazed how animals take such an interest in what humans are doing. Because after I leave, the ducks come up and they're looking around. They walk all over here and they look around. And well, the crows always keep an eye on me, of course. And then Bushman was here yesterday or the day before yesterday when the beaver was like, "What is she doing now? What does she think? She's me? She's working with wood." Hi, Selva. Yes, hello to Granny. No camping out. It's going to be, if it rains, I could sit in there. Thank you. What's your name? Arcor. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, well, I don't stay overnight. There's drug problems in the area. And even without the drug problems, I mean, it's really interesting. When I stay outside and I'm hiking and then the sun goes down, it's amazing how soon after the sun goes down or it's dusk, just before dark, you start to hear the animals walking in the forest. They get more active as soon as the sun goes down. So you tried bush camping in Detroit, it didn't go well. It didn't go well? I'm so tired today. Let me just keep cleaning up here. Is this a cool rock? It's almost like a shmew. Seems like it's made of sand. It's got ripples in it. I quite like this rock. I like these pieces of wood that the bugs walk along. And they make interesting little marks. And you could hear people on the other side of the river. think I'm pretty much done. I'll throw that one down the river too. Okay. The interesting things you find in the forest. Yeah, that's a pretty goofy shelter, I know. You're right, Rob. Thank you for your honesty. I got it. I don't agree with you on the fentanyl part, but your concern and your observation is hard to argue with. Rob. Now pretty much everything will just go back to swimming every day. The shelter, the bench, my lean-to, several chairs. That's what I said, Rob. I said it's this, what did you call it, a shelter? Yeah. I said it's like Who from Whoville housing. Alright, let's see. I want to take that thing down. thought of something else when I was puttering. Section 8 shelter. What does that mean? I'm going camping. It's too hot in Alabama. What goes on in that head? Stay tuned. Oh, I was thinking of something now. I can't remember. Oh, I know what I was thinking and I wanted to share. Even more than if I don't use it as a rain shelter, say I come down, it's not raining. No, actually, scratch that. If I come down, it's raining, but I want to stand out in the rain, I could set my camera up inside the shelter so it would stay dry, and then I could get some footage coming out of the camera coverage. Oh, I'm tired today. Today's a hard day for me. Really hard day. You know what is going on in my mind? Something just came to me. I thought I could do readings down at the river. Okay. There. Now all my lives going forward would just be swimming at the river. I'm going to put this piece of wood here naturally has some really nice designs in it. What makes it nice as well is you could see that the beaver is the one that cut it, because you could see all his little teeth marks in there. Thank you, Garbage Studio. Yes, I am blessed. Thank you. Prince George is beautiful. There's a big log. Oop, fish jump. Okay. All right. Now, here going forward, I'm just going to be swimming at the river. I've got a table. I think I'm going to use that little shelter thing for my camera. So if it's raining, I could still record and do my swim every day live stream. So I'm not really up to swimming right now. I'm going to start heading home. But I will start my swimming every day again now. Oh, I see something there about to clean up. I'll give you a little tour of the area here. I brought my life jacket to the river, but I didn't need it today, so I'll just carry it back. I'm just cleaning off I wasn't dusting the dirt, I was cleaning off the debris off the table. Just setting the rocks up nicely. Dusting the dirt. Is that like washing the water? Well, that's it for today. It was a bit of a different day. Well, let me give you a tour. Why was I dusting the dirt? Let's talk about that. Or let's show you what I was doing. I was just dusting where I just like rocks with different designs. That's my red moon rock. And this, it's just a nice little stick. Something interesting to think about, look at. You could make dream catchers out of things like this. This is a little bit too flimsy. Yes, I'm not swimming in there today. Today I'm just... was finishing up this goofy shelter. So I was dusting the table. Just nice rocks with interesting shapes. What is that with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides? What shape has 6 sides? I can't remember. Hexagon, octagon is 8 sides. So I was dusting that. Now the waves will come in. See how that boat makes the waves come in? It's a hexagon, Bushman. Oh, you're still there, Bushman. Wow. You're a real good friend. My goodness. I don't think I'm that exciting today. Today was a hard day for me. You're hanging in there. What a guy, what a guy. 6 sides is a hexagon. Did you see that rock? It had 6, it was green. Twice the ambulance now. Yeah, it's an ambulance. That's twice today. Oh, do you? Well, I smash the rocks sometimes on the river, and I'll show you, Bushman, I'll show you um, some of the rocks I have at home that I smashed open. And they're just crystal, some with iron in them. I got lots of agates. Lots of really cool agates. But yeah, one day I'd like to have a shop where I could do pottery work. And not a whole bunch of it, but there's clay from the creek I've collected. There's clay from the cut banks that got knocked down I collected. I'd like to make a couple of pottery pieces, maybe donate them to the museum here. So I'd like to have a little shop where I could cut rocks, like you're saying. I'd also like to tumble rocks. I'll do a video and show you all my rocks at home. I'm a bit of a rock hound, so you too, eh? Always wonder what's inside the rocks. It's usually more rock, but yeah, rocks are super cool. And on the river here, they all just look sort of muddy. But if the river washes the rocks off and gets the mud off of them, you can find some pretty cool rocks in here. Yudi, ya, Yona. Hello. Oh, I was trying to show you the seagull. Well, I guess it's a land gull. We're not by the sea, so it's flying above. Well, I have a rat terrier that loves to swim in the river. A rat terrier? What's a rat terrier? Is that a type of dog? I've heard of bull terrier or something like that. Hello, Marco. Marco. Mm-hmm. It's a little dog. They call him fox terriers too sometimes. How old is your dog? And what is their name? Marco. There's more than 30 types of terriers. Do you have a dog, Bushman? I'm a cat person. I love cats. They're my favorite. I had a black one for 14 years. I'll show you a picture of her one day. She was beautiful. 30 types of terriers. You're very knowledgeable, Bushman. I like your comment that there's things that I sort of am kind of good at, and then there's things that you're good at. I think it's very true. I think you're probably very handy. And so my funny little shelter here, I think I could probably learn a few things from you and others. But if it keeps my camera dry over the summer, if I'm filming in the rain, I guess it did its purpose. His name is Milo. Oh, and he's 10. That's getting up there for a dog. Milo. I had a cat and her name was Coca. And I called her Coca because she was all black and she had these white flecks just around her neck. You could barely see them, and so I called her Coconut and then Coca for short. Well, thank you, Bushman, but I do believe probably the things that you're better at than me, that would be one of them. And so I think from what I created, it'll hold through the wind. But aesthetically, and what's the other word? Foundation, I could probably use a hand or a few tips. But thank you very much. You're very kind. Do you have a dog? Is his name Rick? Do you have a dog, Bushman? A mosquito. Oh, I know the pain of that, Bushman. Oh, when my cat died, I was brokenhearted. Yeah, that hurts, doesn't it? I know how that pain feels. A Schwanauzer. Razzle, that's an awesome name. What's a Schwanauzer? I'm gonna screenshot that and I'll look it up later. What that is. See what it looked like visually. I had a dog named Cinnamon once when I was a kid. Razzle. Razzle dazzle. And your name means shy. Are you shy? I'm not very shy, but I'm very okay with my own company. I love people. Though I've always been just very peaceful with my own company as well. It depends. Yeah, it depends. See, I'm a very creative person. I'm not afraid. My mom always said you were never afraid to try anything and fail. So just like even my little hut here, it's kind of goofy. But that's how you learn. So you always remember the first one you made and what didn't you like about it? Why did you think it was goofy? And if I was going to build it again, what would I do? But my mom would always say you could fall off a bike, smash yourself up, and you would get back up and you would just try it again. Nothing would stop me, she would say. It wouldn't faze me. Because I'm just always very curious about everything. So it depends. Yeah, that's true. I know what you mean. Shyness. I don't think I'm shy. I don't think I'm shy. My sister said that to me once. Mentioned something about being shy, and she said, "You are not shy." Is that right, sister? So your name means shy. Hmm. Well, I'm gonna take a look at this place now that it's... All right. Well, thank you, Bushman. There's this bug that keeps coming over here. It's not a wasp, but it's attracted to something up here. Oh, he's gone now. There he is. He's curious about me. He looks like a wasp, but he's not a wasp. Is that a nest? Starting... There's several spots. That bug keeps coming over here. So... There's my coffee table and my throne. And then I built this little thing. I've got this moon rock here that I'm going to be placing right in here. So this will hang down and just bless this place. And then it can rock and bless this place. But I got something I got to get at home to hold it in place. So there it is. Yeah, what I would change is what I can already see what became a problem is this V part where everything kind of goes up higher here. You can't put the tarp over top of it. If I cut it down more, I could do that. So in the middle, you can see that branch coming out in the middle. There's no boards coming down inside except for at the back. And so I was able to go over. I'll show you from this side. Is the picture okay? Why is it doing that? And then I'll show you the other side. Now in here I just have rocks down there. A couple bungees, but rocks, heavy, heavy rocks holding it down. That's good. But I think the rain might kind of leak in the back here when I'm sitting here, so yeah, there's a whole lot wrong with it, and but I think if I'm filming, now what I'm thinking, Bushman, even if I don't sit in there and use it as a rain shelter, I could put my camera in there, set my tripod up, so it would keep my camera dry, but I could be out here swimming, doing my exercise with the camera protected by the rain, but I could still be swimming in the rain. And the only time I wouldn't swim in the rain is if there was lightning and all that going on. But if there's no forecast for lightning, I could still swim in the rain. Oh, picture's good, good. Thank you, Bushman. Hi, Terrence. Hello. So now, and there's Wilson. He's still here. And then there was a fish netter. And then if there's something kind of gross I have to pick up, I've brought my... This actually came down the river. This one here I brought for picking up garbage. And there's Wilson. The guy never ever came back and got him. He was struggling with drug addiction, so I think he got sort of redirected by somebody, which is good. It breaks my heart, but I do appreciate that he was redirected. Wilson. It's okay, Dutch. Everybody knows Wilson. He's been here for about a month. Some guy came along, and it was a young kid in his early 20s and struggling with drug addiction. And he really liked my little spot here. He actually stayed overnight a couple times here, but I think there's someone protecting me because he got redirected really quick. He was pretty excited about this spot. And I mean, I'm not, obviously if somebody comes and wants this spot, I'm not going to fight over it. I would just surrender, and there's plenty of places to go. With my creative brain, I'll just create something else, somewhere else. But I actually feel someone is protecting me locally where I live. There's people in power protecting me now. So that's been a real game changer for me as I recover in the next 2.5 years. Picture's still good, Bushman? And Dutchman liked Wilson. There's Wilson. So you could see Wilson right there. Thank you, Bushman. You're a real friend. See, now this piece right here, I'm going to, this piece right here, remember when I was swimming and that came up and it just looks kind of goofy, but that's my tripod that I used today. I used this and I use it as my tripod. So I could even put that in the shelter. I should stop calling it a shelter. And then I might get away with it. The camera, let's call it the camera hut. The camera, what would it... So I think I could move, see how it stands up on its own because it's got that? I think I could put that inside. I used it as a tripod today. The fish are jumping. All right, let's take a seat here. Yeah, so I will do my workout tomorrow. What are you doing, Bushman? Are you, what time is it where you are? Let me see what time it is here. Oh, it's 8:37 here right now. I can't remember where you live. I know you live in the States. Oh, yeah, my mother is seeing how I'm doing. I'm really close with my mom. Same time zone, so it's the same time for you? Oh, you must be in Washington. Or somewhere about there. I understand people not wanting to say. Well, today was a bit of a rough day for me. Tired-wise, brain fog. I think I'll close now. I'm in the 8:04. What? Oh, 8:04 time zone. Is that what that means? Okay. Good night, Dutch dog. Good night, Bushman. I'm quite tired. I'll get a good night's sleep and maybe I'll have a little more energy tomorrow. Virginia, from the United States. Even as I sit here, I feel kind of sleepy, so I think I'm going to pack up. You've been a die-hard viewer, Bushman, and thank you for all your help and your company, and thank you, everybody, for coming along for the ride. Today was maybe a little bit boring, but you know, it's authentic, it's real, and that's where it was at for today. Thank you, Bushman. Good night, sleep well, and good night and sleep well for you too. And I am sure we will chat tomorrow. Thank you for everything, everybody. Good night. See you tomorrow.